Hey guys, so this is a bonus, I suppose, fan update to the avocado abode, my apartment. I actually just got this yesterday, and when I had seen this on eBay, I jumped on it immediately because this is one of those fans I've wanted for a long time. I mean, pretty much once I learned they existed. These 30-inch huggers are obviously nothing unusual, but the SMC variant that we're seeing right here is definitely not as common, and I like that it's got, very distinctive SMC styling, whereas most of these 30-inch 6-blade huggers are really, really generic looking. It's got the distinct SMC housing, the, the black motor that it used. It's actually the same as a 42-inch black motor, by the way. It's like exactly the same motor as a DC-42, other than just having the extra blade holes, obviously. And then the switch cap, the ribs. And actually the SMC fob is not original. I added that because, you guys know how I like my manufacturer fobs. But anyway, I got this on eBay and I supremely overpaid for it, but I didn't care because this is a fan I really wanted. So anyway, if you recognize this is in my bedroom in the little entry point here. Where we look over here, there's the Menards lighted housing fan. But this was formerly the 29-inch Emerson Northwind in white, and I really like that Emerson as well. But I mean, obviously, honestly, this is probably about the only fan that was gonna bump that out, and came across one, so here it is. And it is from February of 1996, and it is labeled. Actually, I'll go show it real quick. I have the box for it right here. It is labeled as Galleria, and I guess that was sold at Home Base, which was a short-lived lighting store, presumably. But yeah, it's actually labeled as Galleria, and also if you notice on the box, it has the standard SMC irons, whereas on the fan itself, it actually comes with C brackets. So, not gonna lie, I was kind of hoping it would be the ones on the picture, but I mean, these are fine too. These are definitely pretty SMC as well. But yeah, otherwise it's exactly as pictured. And if you notice, there was a light kit on the box as well. It does come with the light kit. And interestingly, in the box, you actually have a whole nother switch cap. I mean, literally the exact same thing as that, except with the light kit mounted to it already. Even though you could actually separate the light kit, so you actually get like 2 whole switch caps with it, which I thought was kind of interesting. I guess they just figure you would, save the consumer one step of having to remove the light from the switch cap. But I mean, hey, I'm not complaining. Extra SMC switch cap will definitely come in handy. But I opted to mount it without the light for 2 reasons. One, just practicality with that. I turned it off since it's going to make everything look really green. But normally there's a white light bulb in there. With that light right there, there's no need for a light kit really. And more importantly, it actually probably doesn't show it on camera as well, but the light kit would not clear the door. So that's the bigger reason there. So anyway, and the blades are actually reversible as well. They have a walnut on top. I honestly like both sides of the blades. This is the oak side. I could see myself using either, but for this installation, I think the oak matches better. It definitely matches the original 70s woodwork a little bit better. But yeah, no, I'm very much digging this one. So the only issue I ran into with this is it is obviously it's a standard 3-speed SMC motor, with the medium and low speeds being the coil tapped variety, which do have a tendency to be a bit noisy. Usually there'll be some associated motor hum with that. I think something based on just this specific installation spot. I mean, most likely just that it's enclosed with 3 walls directly there, and just the way the frame of the building is, it resonates really, really bad here. I'd assume it would probably be a little bit quieter in a more conventional installation spot, but it is extremely loud on the factory speeds. So I'm actually going to show the factory speeds first, just to give you an idea of what I was talking about. So again, glorious SMC Oreo. Looks perfect on here. It actually just comes with like a standard wood bead. But anyway, here is high. So high, you're pretty much stuck with either way. You can kind of hear there's some hum. Based on the factory settings, this is actually the quietest speed. It's not too bad, but I mean, it's definitely there. It hums a little bit more than the Emerson did on high. Super, super shiny too, since it's fresh out of box. Look at that. Anyway, now I'll go down to the factory medium. And you can hear the hum gets a bit louder. I think it's actually a little bit better now that it's, you know, the motor's starting to break in and, you know, the rubber parts have settled a little bit more, but it's definitely still got a hum to it that's a bit annoying. And then I'll go down to low. And it actually gets, something's vibrating a little bit more than it should anyway, but I think this is probably one of those SMCs that draws more current on low than medium, hence why it gets even louder on low. So it's probably running two different coils to create the low speed somehow. But that's obnoxious, so I was kind of like, all right, well, if I'm going to use this thing here, I'm going to have to do something in terms of getting better speed. So let me show you what I did. I'm going to go back to high, and before this was just a single cord going to the wall, just plugging right in, but what I did, added a wall control. So I know just spin this angle, this looks like a light switch. Let me close that up. It is not a dimmer, by the way. I know it sort of looks like one, but that's actually a 3-speed click slider. Like, it doesn't move, you know, it has 3 spots. It's not a light dimmer. I actually do not know what the values are in this. I did not think to open it and look at that. So I'm not sure what they are, but whatever they are, they're giving pretty darn good speed. So we can see that it is set to high all the way up right now. So I'm going to set it to medium, which is, again, the center spot. And you can tell it is already noticeably quieter than the factory medium. I mean, that's probably maybe a third of the hum that it had on the factory speed. And what's interesting is the camera's probably not going to show it real well, but it actually is giving a little bit slower medium, which is fine by me because to me the factory speeds were all pretty fast. I mean, obviously you want high to be, you know, as fast as it can go, and then medium and low are also pretty fast. So this medium's somewhere between the factory low and factory medium, I think. But yeah, noticeably quieter. And then we will go down to low on the 3-speed slider. And we notice the hum goes down to almost nothing, which is awesome because that 60 cycle hum drives me nuts. That honestly bothers me more than bearing noise, to be honest with you. So if there's a way to lessen that some, I'm definitely all for it. Yeah, that is a lot better, like 10-fold better. I mean, I would say the noise is probably about 15% of what it was. And yeah, I do not know what the values are in that wall control. It's just a random one I had laying around. I think it probably came from Habitat long ago, but. And yeah, the low speed's actually a little bit slower. I mean, it's still fast, but I mean, you know, a 30-inch fan probably should be a decently fast low, just, you know, the speed compensation. But yeah, no, it is a little bit slower. So not only is it much quieter, it's also a little bit better speed range. So I would say that was a good move. Man, I love this thing. It is very, very cool. Technically, this would be an SMC, let me think, UB30-6. The U is for hugger, B means the, like, contemporary housing, and then 30-inch, and then -6, I guess, means that it's 6-blade. So, but yeah, other than Galleria, I don't know if it really has a specific model name. But really really cool fan. So anyway, just figured I would show that. I actually might have another fan swap coming, and if I do end up doing that, I will do an update there. But for now, that's pretty much, I think, going to be my finalized fan lineup for a while. So thanks for watching, and bye, Fanstick.